want to talk a little bit about working with freelancers and the difference between freelancers in general and people that take a regular full-time job with one company. So what I feel like is from working with freelancers, anywhere from online freelancers to working with people that for building some things that I worked on, getting people from Home Depot, all of them had a certain aspects that they shared in common. And that thing is that they don't want to feel like an employee. They want to kind of feel like they're working on their own terms, that they're not going to be boxed into a corner or bossed around. I think that's the reason that they don't have a full-time job, because they don't want to have a boss. So I think that's one thing you have to take into consideration when working with freelancers is you can't really treat them like an employee, like, oh, you're messing up, this is the consequences, this is what's going to happen. You kind of have to treat them like they're their own person and you're working with them, and it's like a partnership, really. It's not really like you're their boss. So I think that's one thing that I've picked up from working with freelancers for several projects and just working in different type of things besides tech companies and developers, just freelancers in general. They don't want to feel like that you're their boss. Don't treat them like they're your employee, or they kind of like have to answer to you or anything like that. I think that's one part that rubs them the wrong way and kind of makes them go quiet and just not want to work. And even if you're going to give them bad feedback or whatever you have over their head, they're just not going to tolerate it. So always treat them with respect, and if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, then don't meet them with, hey, you got to be doing this, you're doing this wrong, and kind of speaking down to them like you would an employee that's not acting right or not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So if they're not doing it, then take the steps you have to kind of separate yourself from that project or that relationship, but don't talk down to them, because I think that's what makes them just unresponsive, and the relationship kind of ends right there when you talk that way to them. So that's the difference between a freelancer and just a regular type of employee. If you were to hire full-time or you're a manager, you can kind of speak down to them. Eventually they might not like it, but when you're working with freelancers, it's one project or a few projects. I think if you do that, then that's definitely going to turn them off, rub them the wrong way, and they're just not going to be responsive anymore. So that was just my a little bit of my feedback on working with freelancers. I have a lot more thoughts working with freelancers, a lot more details, tactics, things like that. If you have any questions, please feel free to message in the comments, leave a like, and subscribe. Message me if you'd like, and I'll see you guys another time.